Audience, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag for which the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome, all family, friends, faculty, alumni, and guests to the graduation of the Blue Ridge class of 2021. First, I'd like to preface with the fact that since this was not the first time I speak, nor will it be the last, I'll keep this nice and short. This has certainly been a unique year and a half for our class that has really pushed every one of us to succeed past the challenges placed before our feet. And while this year has been a testament to the fact that things might not always go as planned, we made it. And today we are here to celebrate district and league champions in various sports, state qualifiers and placers, accomplished musicians, national academic scholars, recipients of presidential scholarships and honors for college, and people who are already certified in their line of work. This past week has renewed a sense of what our lives were like before COVID. We made memories on our senior trip, sat through what felt like never-ending graduation rehearsals, and partied maybe a little too hard at our first prom, which also happened to be our last. And finally, we are here to celebrate this unforgettable milestone. Graduates, you are all destined for great things in life. You are intelligent and powerful individuals with the power to leave a footprint on this earth bigger than you could ever imagine. We are bound to continue through life with challenges much greater than those we have ever faced. We know that the journey often teaches us a lot more than the destination we reach. So as you continue to open all the new chapters in life, make sure to stay true to yourself. Congratulations to the class of 2021.
Before again, it's great to see everybody wide awake this morning. They danced pretty hard last night and enjoyed themselves. So it was great to see the class together along with some of the underclassmen. Really enjoying a great time last night and a little bit back to normal. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. Good afternoon. I'd like to thank the class of 2021 for inviting me to be a part of today's ceremony. I'd like to acknowledge our school board for their continued support to our school district, our high school administration, faculty, and especially a handful of folks who worked really hard this past week to pull things together. Mrs. Webster, Mr. LaRusso, Mrs. Tench, Mrs. Phillips, Mrs. Haley, Mrs. Brown, Ms. Schust, Mrs. Finn, and Mrs. Haskell for all their efforts to put on a great program today. And also a thank you to our maintenance department for making all the preparations of preparing our school campus for today's ceremony. Today is about our graduates, but it's also a special day for the parents, guardians, and close family and friends of this graduating class. We all know the sacrifices parents and families make so their child can reach milestones in life. And with that, I'd like to congratulate the parents of these students on stage for all the love and support you've provided them throughout their school careers. Class of 2021, let's give your parents, guardians, and family members a round of applause. As I began to prepare my remarks for today, I took some time to reflect on this year's senior class. For me, this is unique because I have had the opportunity to know them for many years, especially Andrew Scott, my oldest nephew. Being there the day he was born and seeing him graduate today is pretty cool. The really neat thing for me with this class, well, kind of neat, because it makes me realize I'm not getting any younger, but this class before us today was my very first pre-kindergarten class as elementary principal. First time I saw a class go through all 14 years, my time here at Blue Ridge, so it's pretty cool. Looking back and remembering when they arrived as 4-year-olds and then seeing them today on their graduation day really puts in perspective that life flies by. We need to appreciate the journey through each stage of life. In every journey, there are trying times that challenge us to dig deep, find ways to face the obstacles life throws at us, learn from our mistakes, and learn how to move forward. For the first 12 and a half years of their school careers, these seniors face the normal challenges that come with being a child to a preteen and a teenager. But none of us could have imagined the challenge they end up facing the last 15 months of their school careers. At the end of your junior year and getting ready for your senior year, there's lots of exciting times. Spring sports, musicals, concerts, prom, SATs, AP exams, college visits, and then for this class, COVID comes and you're forced into isolation, away from your school, friends, and facing lots of unknowns. As hard as it's been over the last 15 months, and all know that it hasn't been easy, but it's really amazing to me that these students have made it look pretty easy when I reflect back on how they continue to be excellent role models and leaders to our underclassmen, continue to find ways to be very charitable to our school and local community, have achieved high academic standards in SAT and AP exams, have been key members to our band, chorus, art, and drama programs, have led our athletic teams to championship seasons, and many of them recognized as League All-Stars, All-Region, and All-State. They achieved all these accomplishments while navigating through quarantines, remote learning, and wearing a mask. I could go on, but as you can see with what I have shared, this graduating class has represented Blue Ridge at a very high level in many ways over the last 4 years, and at a time that was much more challenging than any graduates before them. Before I conclude, I want to share a message with you that I feel is important as you move on to the next chapter in your life. First, each of you will be heading off in different directions: 4 or 2 year college path, trade school, military, or the workforce. But I ask that each of you, no matter your career path, take actions, just treat people in a kind and caring way, and don't let others' negative actions drive you into a negative direction. Stay focused on the positive things in your life, and don't let anyone steer you away from the goals you have set for yourself. As I conclude, I always like to share something that I have shared in the past to graduates, and that is, as a former Blue Ridge graduate, I can assure you that throughout the last 26 years since I graduated, I have faced the many challenges life can throw at you. But I was prepared to handle each challenge thrown my way because I was fortunate to be raised and educated here in the Blue Ridge community. With that, I would ask each of you to take advantage of every opportunity that comes your way. But while doing so, take the time to find a way to give back to whatever community you become a part of. To simply say it, don't always be a taker in life. Take the time to be a giver in life too. As tennis legend Arthur Ashe once stated, "From what we get, we can make a living. What we give, however, makes a life." Good luck, and I wish you the best with your next adventure in life. Have a safe summer and enjoy the memories of today with your family and friends. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to introduce back Connor Mills, the 2021 senior class president, and Alexis Parks, the incoming 2022 senior class president, to conduct the presentation of the Mantle ceremony.
As your class follows ours into the senior year, you must seek truth, which will lead to the understanding you need for a useful life. Be loyal to your class, school, and community. The return of your loyalty will surely enrich your life. Be responsible for your own actions so that those younger than you may see your example and be themselves influenced towards responsibility. Above all, practice service to your friends, school, community, and church, as it is through service that we reach towards the highest ideals of humanity. We freely offer this mantle to you with the hope that you will accept it and the charge that comes along with it.
I'm accepting this mantle on behalf of all members of my class. In doing so, I understand that the charge you have given us is a very exacting one. It is my hope that we will be able to pass this on to the succeeding class, knowing that we have lived up to the obligations which it represents. On behalf of my class, I offer congratulations to your class, along with our hopes for happy and successful lives for all of you.
Congratulations. At this time, Anthony Torres will give the Salutatorian's address.
It is my honor to welcome faculty and staff, parents, family, friends, and my fellow graduates to the graduation ceremony for the class of 2021. On behalf of my class, we thank you for joining us on this joyous occasion. To say this has been a crazy year would be an understatement. However, I don't want to focus on all of that because this class will not be defined by what we have gone through, but rather by what we have been able to overcome. I know for a fact that some of my classmates are more excited than others to take the next step into the future. But I think that we can all agree this is a bittersweet culmination after all the time we've spent leading up to this very moment. I've had the privilege to attend school and grow up with so many talented and diverse individuals. Among us, musicians, leaders, scholars, artists, and athletes that have so much potential to make their mark on the world. Whether you choose to enroll in college, join the workforce, or serve your country, I want you to know that your decision will matter. Choose what will truly make you happy. Choose what challenges you. Choose the path that defines you. Ultimately, choose what you are passionate about, and you have the capability to make a difference. The past 4 years at Blue Ridge have given us the tools and time to hone our talents and make our impact. It is up to you to decide what you will do with these gifts and how you will show the world what you are made of. Growing up in this community, I have been fortunate enough to learn from exceptional teachers and immerse myself in all sorts of experiences. I have been able to do more in the past couple of years than I would have ever thought possible. Living in such a supportive environment has allowed me to discover the things that I love and given me the confidence to know that I have the ability to go out into the world and make change. And I hope that all of you feel the same way. For this, I will be forever grateful, and I will miss the familiar feeling of community walking through the halls of Blue Ridge. I think that on behalf of my class, we can agree that we are thankful for the support of our administrators, school board, family, and teachers in working so hard to make this day and all the senior activities possible despite the many difficulties faced. I can't believe that today we mark an end to this amazing chapter and open a new one. But that's the funny thing about this thing we call life. Today's commencement is not truly an ending. I prefer to look at it as the beginning of a new and exciting adventure. Please welcome Lydia Andesco and Mason Conklin, class valedictorians.
Welcome parents, teachers, staff, and guests. We are elated to be standing here in the auditorium among you all and alongside our fellow graduates. It is because of your constant support, pushing us to be our best, that we stand here today, anxiously waiting to obtain our diplomas. I would also like to acknowledge that, as students, we deserve a pat on the back. Beyond the support that we have received from all of you, we survived this year through our own determination. This year, we started learning 2 days a week with some of our class,
Then we went full in person,
and then back to virtual,
and then back to in person.
and then quarantined. It's been an incredibly unpredictable year due to COVID-19, but we never let it define us. We continued to push forward and pursue our own dreams. We have gotten past what was hopefully the brunt of COVID and are moving on in our lives. With that said, I don't feel that COVID-19 deserves to occupy any more of our time.
What we would like to focus on is our journey. 6 months from now, we'll be scattered all across the country. Think about that. The 67 of us have been mostly inseparable for the past 12 years. At a school of this size, all we know is each other. We've traveled this road together, yet it has been such an individual journey. We all came through the same 12 years of school, though the way we experienced them was drastically different. We have memories like the elementary school sharing parade, dances, and the big middle school Knoebel strip. Or maybe you remember the 10th grade Clash Royale phase where we would immediately whip out our phones in between second and third period with Miss Brown. One of my fondest memories, and Mason will have to agree, is getting 5 points taken off of a test by Mrs. Vaccaro for bad physics. What that taught me is that you can be doing something perfectly and yet be fundamentally wrong. And I don't think anything will prepare me more for the real world than having to pay for a hint from Mrs. Vaccaro. What I'm trying to illustrate is how, even though we will be soon going off on our own, we certainly did not get to where we are by ourselves. Take Mason and I, for instance. We're literally standing here together. It's a testament to the collaborative environment we have grown up in. If you've ever studied with a classmate, ate lunch with friends, or even if you've been forced into a group project, you'll know that these past years of our lives were definitely not a solo experience.
From the group chats we've made to help work out problems together, to late night FaceTime calls to help a classmate who may be struggling. I'm talking to you, Alexia. We all have some experience of collaboration among us. It is important to take those lessons learned wherever the future leads you. Not a single one of us are alone. There will always be someone you can call, someone you can ask for help, or a shoulder to cry on if you just reach out. We have worked together for almost our entire lives so far. There's no reason to stop now.
Classmates are not the only people who were able to make high school what it was. Deserving of our gratitude is every mother, father, aunt, uncle, grandma, grandpa, sister, brother, and third cousin twice removed. If you've ever supported or encouraged one of these students throughout their school career, thank you. On behalf of myself and Mason, as well as your graduate here, thank you. Galileo once said, "We cannot teach people anything. We can only help them discover it within themselves." Through this journey of self-discovery, teachers were obviously an instrumental component of it. However, we want you to know that all of our teachers were so much more influential than they can get credit for.
Not only do they teach us the key concepts outlined in their curriculum, but they also have to make us confident in ourselves. It can be hard to help someone grow their own self-confidence, but we are lucky enough at Blue Ridge to have teachers that know just how to do that. Take Miss Brown, for instance. For some of us, the first teacher we had for an AP class, AP US History to be exact. The test grades we were getting back were much different than what we were used to. So I can say with a good amount of confidence that all of us at some point thought to ourselves that we wanted to drop the class and never take AP again. However, Miss Brown had a way of changing our perspective. I'll never forget getting a high 60 to a low 70 on my first test and her eyes opening so wide as she exclaimed, "That's a 3 on the AP exam. You're off to a great start." Obviously, that test grade did not make me jump for joy, but it did teach me how important it is to change your perspective on things as life evolves. Her comments gave me the motivation I needed to keep pushing myself and led to my success on the AP exam. Now that did cause me to jump for joy. This is just one example of the many teachers who work tirelessly each day to find new ways to connect with their students. We would like to thank all of you for everything you've done for us. Being the son of an educator, I know a lot about what goes on in the background, and I want you all to know that it is appreciated. On behalf of my fellow graduates, thank you.
Mason and I would like to emphasize that you all should be incredibly proud of yourselves. All of us have gone through different experiences over the past 12 years, yet we are all here today. Along with the ample support we have received, our perseverance and hard work is ultimately the root of our success. We should never forget that we are capable of anything we put our minds to. Thank you, class of 2021, for all the good times we've shared. We wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors.
At this time, I would like to welcome Miss Hughes to give this year's address to the graduates.
Good afternoon, members of the Blue Ridge School District community. My name is Sarah Eust. I'm a secondary mathematics teacher here at Blue Ridge High School, and I would like to thank you for the opportunity to speak today. To the teachers, administrators, and school board members in the audience, I stand here with you as we celebrate one of the most exciting days on the school calendar. To the parents, the friends, and the family members in attendance supporting your students, I stand here in recognition of this significant achievement of your seniors. But most importantly, to the exceptional students of the Blue Ridge High School graduating class of 2021, I stand here in front of you as someone who has not only had the privilege of working with many of you in the mathematics classroom, but also observing firsthand your path to success these last 4 years of high school. Today, I truly celebrate you. Since March 2020, each of you has experienced unique challenges and unparalleled learning obstacles that graduating seniors before 2020 never could have imagined. You are here today because you adapted, you improvised, you searched for what it took to succeed. I hope that the COVID-19 pandemic grows ever more a memory, but if we are honest, seniors, the challenges you faced over the last year are not the first obstacles you encountered, and you know what? They won't be the last. And so today, I'd like to remind you about what it is that will carry you through the years ahead as you think about what your future might hold. As you know, our small but gorgeous school district is nestled in the northeast corner of Pennsylvania, a state name that itself alludes to the woodlands and the forests of our home. As of just a few years ago, it was estimated that roughly 59% of the state is forest land, which places Pennsylvania in the top 15 states, districts, and territories with the most forested area. Among these forests are gorgeous hemlocks, maple, cedar, ash, pine, beech, and oak trees, just to name a few. One tree that is dominant in many PA forests is the northern red oak, which can grow up to 90 feet and provides acorns, an important food source for deer, bear, and other mammals. But I didn't come here today to give you a lesson about Pennsylvania forestry. My point in telling you this is so that we can focus on its roots. You see, the lateral roots of a northern red oak can spread up to 4 to 7 times the radius of its canopy. By the way, that's our last math lesson together. It's been said that the distance of an oak tree's root system all put together can total in the hundreds of miles. When an acorn first establishes its placement and it sprouts, the initial taproot can extend vertically for up to 5 feet before the first leaf even appears. For a tree that's known to be hardy and strong and durable and valuable and picturesque, it's hard not to appreciate the magnificence of the root system. Dead oak trees have even been known to remain standing for long periods of time, all because of the strength of the root system that's holding it up. Today, your graduation day is a celebration of your roots. Since the first days of elementary school, you've been growing roots. The initial roots got you started and established your place. Since then, your roots have spread. You learned important skills and lessons. You've been part of organizations and groups. You've met new people, all of which built your root system. You took on new jobs and roles that demanded all of you 100%, which in turn taught you about your capabilities and your potential. Within the last 18 years, you determined the most important things, often not things at all, that were in your life, and you held on to those pieces as part of your roots. Your roots are what you fought for. They're what you worked for. They're who inspired you. They're why you kept pushing when things got tough. And they're the first people that you told when you achieved your goals. In your hardest and most challenging moments, you dug deep to find what it is that keeps you going. And in your best moments, you celebrated and recognized just how important those roots are to you. And perhaps some of the most rewarding times were when you were a part of someone else's root system, supporting and encouraging them through memorable life events. I think most people in this audience would agree with me that we have all had to return to our roots just a little bit more over this last year. With a world that was largely shut down on the outside, we came face to face with our foundational elements of life, roots that are often hidden beneath the surface in the hectic daily schedules that we keep. Class of 2021, as you grew into the young adults you are today, let me ask you something. Where have you found your roots? Was it through teachers that helped you? Family and friends that supported you? A local town that always feels like home? Your passion, your hobby that lets you connect to your strengths? A faith or a church community that keeps you steady? You sit here today because of the determination you had grounded in your roots to overcome any obstacles in your K through 12 path and to achieve your high school educational goal. So let's return to our oak tree. Known for its lustrous leaves and dominating appearance, an oak tree often stands out among the crowd. As its magnificent root system thrives underground, the visible part of the tree commands its place in the forest, seldom ever overlooked. And now that you've established your foundations, class of 2021, you're ready to do the same thing. To each graduating senior, like the oak trees, your roots are ready to support you. You'll be leaving here today as a high school graduate with a diploma that recognizes the strong skill set you've worked to achieve since elementary school. The diploma is an important branch in your roots. It shows what you are capable of, and it paves the way for your future endeavors. Seniors, you have unique interests, abilities, and passions to pursue, and right now, your minds are filled with your ideas for future plans and goals. Make sure to set your goals high and to command your spot among the crowd, just like the oak tree. You've already demonstrated that you have the roots to get you through the storms. Now continue growing, expanding your horizons, and absorbing every opportunity. Like leaves face toward the sun, soak up the days ahead, treasure and value every moment. Class of 2021, you've been given the chance to grow strong roots because of what you have faced, perhaps roots stronger than any class before you. These roots will lead you to accomplishing incredible things. And as the proverb states, remember that when the roots are deep, there is no reason to fear the wind. Thank you, and congratulations to the Blue Ridge High School graduating class of 2021. At this time, please welcome Ms. Jessica Wright, School Board President, for her remarks.
Good afternoon, graduates. Blue Ridge staff, administration, parents, family, and friends. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak at this momentous occasion. I've been able to serve on the board for the past several years and have heard your names being called time and time again from middle school with your Student of the Month, your athletic accomplishments, your gifted programs, your musicals, your art programs, Leo Club activities, student officers, and so much more. And it is a gift to meet you all today. When writing my speech today, I contemplated the idea of making sure you knew the history of our school, starting with Great Bend, Halsted, New Milford, and then the community that it created. And as an educator, I could think of nothing more exciting than to have you learn just one more lesson, one more lecture, one more think, pair, and share with a partner for you to do before you leave your time here at Blue Ridge. And I thought about creating that lesson plan with the goal of you learning about community and the importance of our school that will forever be with you. But then I looked back over my notes and I recalled the lessons that you have taught me and our community, the history that you have created every day that you have walked in as a Blue Ridge Raider, from your first day here as a student until the day today when you graduate. The pride you can see on your family and friends' faces is radiating throughout our community. To say that this year was an adventure is an understatement. Every time there was a text message from the school, we all held our breath. You have gone from remote to hybrid, quarantine to hybrid, all in to all out. And you have done while learning new online platforms and conducting yourselves as professional learners while maintaining your academic standards to be able to get yourselves here on this stage today. While investing your time and energies into our community, you have created history. Ed Arnold was one of our board members that believed in community, who believed in each and every one of you. Sadly, he passed away this past May unexpectedly, but out of sorrow also comes joy, and the family has created a scholarship for a graduating senior who is going into the military. They've asked me to gift you with one of his favorite quotes. We wrote a check made payable to the United States of America for up to and including our lives. We have used that check to pay for your freedoms. The seniors who have decided to join the military make up only 5% of the population who volunteer to do this, and no matter what happens after today, they have our gratitude. You may not realize now the future impact of what you decide today, but I can assure you that we are all looking forward to seeing you and what you will accomplish in your future as you step forth as graduates and into our community. Today, it's all about you. It's a day for your family and friends that they have only dreamed of. Let your family and friends take those pictures for keepsakes of this history being made. Let yourself cherish these moments to reflect on later. Let the history you create today hold a special place in your memories of Blue Ridge. On behalf of your community, we say congratulations and best wishes. We can't wait to see what the future holds for each and every one of you. Thank you.
Connor Sean Mills. Holly Renee Geyer. Ryan Mills. Ashley Barton. Andrew N. Scott. Brianna Dawn Graves. Mason Archer Conklin. Lydia Andesco. Anthony I. Torres. Brianna Lynn Post. Garrett Michael Conklin. Kaylin Ann Lewis. Jacob Morris. Carissa Danae Zawiski. Corey Flynn. David Wolf. Brandon Finley. Jenna Marie Crocker. Peyton Nicole Gellinger. Marissa A. Derrick. Alexia Lynn Stone. Cassidy Bell Howe. Jenna L. McCarthy. Caitlin G. White. Ryan J. Glatzel. Eli John MacArthur. Thomas Robert Gibson III. Bria Lynn Conrad. Angelina Mira. Noah Shankman. Aaron Beasley. Dylan Durunda. Alexander John Daly. Anthony B. Dissinger, Jr. Malachi Brent Upright. Sean Bailey. Kyle J. White. Emily Joy Louise Phillips. Danny Lee M. Brown. Cassidy Leanne Parker. Clay Rapella. Garrett Loby. Piper V. Welch. Storm A. Visage. Lance Heeman. Alexandria Elizabeth Ayers. Caden George. Dante David Tyler Hill. Brooke L. Upright. Ryan W. Higgins. Brandon L. Gentile. Cameron Phelps. David R. Wells. Carson R. Kohler. Marissa May Scherer. Jay Grover. Caitlin Renee Farthing. Calvin Scheidler. Olivia M. Caldwell. Michaela Madison Starbuck. Sierra Grace Bross. Isaac Arzola Velez. Olivia G. Herbert. Michael Palmer. Hunter Heeman. Matthew W. Bonarchik.
Congratulations, seniors. You just turn your tassels, and when you walk off this stage, you will become official graduates and fellow Blue Ridge alumni. You are a very special class, and I am honored to be up here with you. Today, you will celebrate your accomplishments with families and friends. Hold on to the memory, as you have all earned it throughout your years of education at Blue Ridge. You won't believe me now, but one day you will realize that earning your high school diploma was the easy part, and the toughest years are yet to come. Some of you will go directly into the workforce, and others will begin preparing for the career you want to pursue. No matter the direction of your path, be sure to analyze your options before making those difficult decisions. Do not forget to use your support system when things get tough, and always be willing to listen when someone needs you. But most importantly, find your purpose in life and let it drive you to become the best version of yourself. As some of you have already discovered, you will know you are on the right path if you feel passionate and enthusiastic about what you are doing. I'd like to highlight some of the amazing accomplishments of the graduating class of 2021. Their top 40 GPAs of this class are 90 and above, and the top 7 GPAs of this class are 100 and above. Lydia, Mason, Anthony, Cassidy, Connor, Andrew, and Holly, your dedication to all things in life will get you far. We typically determine class rank halfway through the fourth marking period, but Lydia and Mason's GPAs were so close that we had to finally declare a tie in order to allow them time to prepare their speech. After the SCCTC graduation on Thursday, the cosmetology instructor praised the BR cosmetology students, Ashley and Aaron. Jay and Storm, you successfully completed the welding program at SCCTC and were chosen by their instructors to receive scholarships for a CDL training course. All of the SCCTC students passed their end of the year NOCTI exams and received some of the best scores we've seen from a class. Corey and Sean, you just finished your first year of college and you are already working full-time in your paid summer internships with 2 local natural gas companies. Liv, you successfully completed your co-op in our elementary school, and the teachers commended you for your natural ability to work with young children. Malachi, you completed your co-op with our IT department, and by the end of the year, I felt as if you were part of the staff. Anthony qualified for All-State Wind Ensemble, and Mason qualified for All-State Choir. Ryan Mills qualified for states in track and field 2 years in a row. And Hunter was named first team All-State for volleyball 2 years in a row. Garrett Conklin, Ryan Mills, and Katie White signed to become members of their collegiate sports teams, and Holly Geyer is hopeful to make the cross-country team at Ithaca. David Hill, Tommy Gibson, and Kelvin Scheidler, you will train to serve our country after graduation. Connor Mills, the class president, represented you at the school board meetings this year. He spoke eloquently and was successful with his requests, which brought a little more normalcy to the end of this year. Andrew Scott, your National Honor Society president, flawlessly led the first in-person ceremony for us this year. As we handed out some middle school time capsule brochures, we noticed that Peyton listed a goal of attending IUP, and with hard work, your dream is now a reality. And let's not forget the senior day trip. You didn't complain that the trip was only 1 day. Instead, you made the best of it, and we had a great time. I rarely get the chance to get out of the office and spend that much time with a group of students, and I thoroughly enjoyed spending time with you. And I will never forget Bus 5's ride back home, right, Mr. Gibson? I could go on and on with class accolades, but I think you get the point, and I sense that they are ready to become official graduates. These young gentlemen and ladies sitting in front of you are top-notch, and they will be greatly missed in the halls of Blue Ridge next year. Thank you, families, for supporting them throughout their school careers, and thank you, Blue Ridge faculty and staff, for preparing them for the next phase of life. A big thank you to Ms. Brown for being a wonderful class advisor and mentor. Thank you, Board of Education, school administrators, high school office and guidance staff, Mr. LaRusso, Mrs. Tench, and the IT and maintenance staff for making today possible. It took a lot of hard work to reach this goal. I hope you feel great about what you've accomplished, and I hope you continue to be a person who shows up day in and day out for those things that are worthwhile and important in life. I will end with a quote from author Ray T. Bennett. You don't have to have it all figured out to move forward. Congratulations to the class of 2021. At this time, please join us outside of the lobby for refreshments.